The Twitch. Say something. Like the Twitch stream is starting soon. Yeah. All right. I'm way too excited to even fuck around with this one. Let's go straight into our live stream. Hi, V. It is a requirement. Look at that face. Oh. Okay. Keep talking. Shit. No, she can't. I know she can't. Uh, we can never have a normal Twitch stream. No, it's not you. It's got to be something Twitch related. It's me. Desktop audio.
So that maybe someone will say if they can finally hear me.
All right, Cloudy, can you hear me now?
Can you hear me now?
Yay. Okay, now I need...
Oh, yay.
Now I need you to not talk.
This podcast is part of the Robots Radio Rocket Club.
Did you guys hear Tom? Because definitely need our audio clips to be working tonight. Sweet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sweet. We all need to hear Steve Valentine's voice, okay?
Yes.
Like, it's just so good.
Mm.
Don't ever... Well, okay, I have a thing for British accents, though, I think. I don't know. And Scottish accents and Irish accents and...
Anything not American?
Anything not American. Yeah, I was like, Swedish accents, German accents, French accents, Italian accents. Yeah, I'm just going to keep listing because it's pretty much all of them. I even love, like, not in like a romantic or sexy way, but I just have a very strong love for Korean accents because it feels really homey to me from my deep immersion into everything Korean when I was a Korean linguist. So it just makes me feel good feelings when I hear Korean accents.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah. All right. I think we have everything on the checklist done. We have done a major sound check, and I think we are ready to get started. Oh, Apollo, don't hit me so hard like that right before I start.
So true, though. Now I'm simping after somebody else.
Let's get started.
I think I need to rewatch that show.
Oh, I haven't watched the new season yet.
Neither have I.
Okay. We don't need that one. Let's get our music. Welcome back to another episode of Two Girls, One Ship, the podcast where we swoon over all your favorite video game romances. I'm Genesis, the girl who considers listening to her pod prep playlist and dancing with no abandon in the garage a part of her process for getting ready to record.
That's a good process. And I'm Bravada, the girl who definitely still falls for adorable ginger nerds with Southern English accents. I'm already fangirling. Can't wait.
Yay! As usual, we go deep into the story with analysis of both the character and the romance itself.
So, here's your fucking spoiler alert.
Thanks to a legendary human who has spent nearly 525... 525,600 minutes reading planet cards.
Spoilers aside, we're assuming you already have some background knowledge on the game and the characters we're discussing. We'll be giving some character-specific context, but otherwise, if you don't know much about Dragon Age, it'll be a pretty confusing episode. If you're looking for more detailed lore regarding Dragon Age, check out the Dragon Age Lorecast on the Robots Radio Rocket Club. Today's episode is on Alistair Theirin from Dragon Age Origins.
You know, one good thing about the Blight is how it brings people together.
It brings people together. Alistair was born in 910 Dragon, possibly in Redcliffe Village or nearby. He was raised by Arl Eamon of Redcliffe and was brought up to believe that his mother was a serving maid who died in childbirth. He was kept as a stable boy and did not grow up in the lap of luxury. Arlessa Isolde, the Arl's wife, suspected the reason between her husband took an interest in a parent servant's child was that Alistair was Eamon's bastard. Much like Cat forced Ned Stark to finally send Jon the bastard away, the Arlessa forced Eamon to send Alistair away to the Chantry. In 920, when Alistair was 10 years old, he was sent to the monastery at Burnshire to train as a Templar and a life of religious service.
And just like Jon Snow, turns out this bastard isn't just any bastard, he's a royal bastard. Alistair wasn't born of some serving girl, nor was he Arl Eamon's son. In fact, he was the illegitimate child of King Merrick Theirin, current King Caelan's dad, and the elven mage Fiona. For those of you who played Dragon Age Inquisition, you may remember her as the leader of the rebel mages.
So he was sent off to Templar school and was trained for many years by the Chantry in how to fight, and specifically how to fight mages. However, he was found to be ill-suited to a life of religious devotion. When Duncan, commander of the Grey Wardens in Ferelden, and friend to Alistair's true parents, found him in 929, Alistair had not yet taken his vows and was desperately unhappy at the monastery. I don't blame him. Monastery life isn't for most people. Too many rules for me, for sure.
Yeah, I went to Catholic school once. I would not want to repeat that. So I feel for Alistair. The Grand Cleric was not happy about Duncan snatching up one of the Templar recruits. But that's the thing about their rite of conscription. You can't say no to the Grey Wardens. So Alistair was taken from one predestined life path to another. For all the choices afforded BioWare players, their NPCs hardly ever get any. Alistair, at the very least, seems happy that he gets to have what feels like family for the first time in his life. Sure, I cannot talk today. Sure, Arl Eamon was never awful to him, but you can't feel the warmth of the fires in the Great Hall at Redcliffe Castle from the stables.
Alistair saw the Grey Wardens as kindred spirits, as all the Grey Wardens were once unwanted people welcomed nowhere, until the Grey Warden cause brought them together. Basically, they are the Dragon Age versions of the Night's Watch in Game of Thrones. All past sins absolved, all crimes forgiven, and now your life, your literal life, is devoted to the Wardens. So when you, the Warden, finally meet Alistair in 930, he has been living the Warden life for a year, and is technically the senior Warden when everything goes to shit, and it's just down to the two of you after the Battle of Dostagar.
Yep, but Alistair's totally fine with being the follower rather than the leader. However, as he is lacking self-confidence and life experience, even though he's the senior Grey Warden, he does not want to be the senior Grey Warden. There is a way to help him grow up a bit, though. As the two of you are trying to stop the Blight from destroying, all of Ferelden, battling Loghain, and all the other shit going on, Alistair finds out about an apparent half-sister that lives in Denerim. If you want to romance him, this is his loyalty mission, so you have to do it. You can go with him to meet his sister, named Guldana, and he is very excited to meet her.
Unfortunately, Guldana is not impressed. She harbors a deep resentment for Alistair, believing he had a privileged upbringing and that he killed their mother. She basically says that the only use she could have for him is if he has any money to offer her and her horde of children. After this awful family reunion, the very next time you speak to Alistair, you can harden him. No, not like that. You can help him be a little less naive about the world, which will make him a better king, if he becomes king. To harden him a little against the world, you choose the line, "Everyone is out for themselves." You should learn that. The next time that you speak to him, he'll tell you this.
Back when we left Goldana's, you told me I needed to look out for myself more than I do. I'm beginning to think you were right. I need to stop letting everyone else make my decisions for me. I need to take a stand and think about myself for a change, or I'm never going to be happy.
Hardening him is the only way you can stay in a romance with Alistair if he becomes king and you are not a human noble warden.
A hardened Alistair is less idealistic and innocent, but is better equipped to be a decisive and confident king, or at the very least, warden. I always harden Alistair because it's worth it to see him blossom into a more capable and confident version of himself. Okay, before we slide into home base, let's take a break to talk about some fun facts and to hear about some of the other podcasts on the Robots Radio Network.
Aw, yay. While I check on for any new reviews, can you let our listeners know about the changes coming to Spotify?
Yes, we just found out about this ourselves the other day. So big news, everyone. Spotify is adding a review feature. From any show page in the Spotify app on iOS or Android, you can simply tap to rate a show on a scale from 1 to 5 stars, as long as you've listened to at least 30 seconds of an episode. So if you're picking up what we're putting down, then leave us a review. Did you find any new reviews for us to read? No?
No.
All right.
I can't even see anybody that has rated us already on Spotify because some users have it, but some don't yet. It's coming out in small waves.
Well, keep checking. But anyway, on to some fun facts then.
Fun fact about Alistair's voice from a long-time Buffy the Vampire Slayer fan. Apparently, David Gator, lead writer on Dragon Age Origins, partially based Alistair on the characters Xander from Buffy and Mal from Firefly. And he wanted Nathan Fillion to voice Alistair. So, do I see any correlation between Xander and Alistair? The early seasons? Yeah. The naive high school kid who still has stars in his eyes and thinks that powerful women around him can do no harm? Yeah, that's our boy. And the later seasons, when Xander has lost the sparkles and sees the world as it really is, but strives to be the change he wants to see? Yeah, that fits too. Mal? I'd have to really put more into thought to the comparison there. But V, could you imagine Captain Hammer as Alistair?
No, but I actually was just thinking about in the song where he says, they say with the second time you get to do the weird stuff. That's kind of true with Alistair, though. I mean, we'll get into what you can do with Alistair in a moment, but it's not a terrible comparison. But personally, I can't see Nathan Fillion as Alistair. Steve Valentine's voice is perfect for Alistair. Like we said in the last episode, real-world accents are used to give a sense of culture to the nations of Thedas, and Ferelden speak with mainly a Southern English accent, otherwise known as received pronunciation or RP. To tie it back into Buffy, Alistair is a chronic user of what's called Buffy speak in the entertainment industry. This refers to a variety of speech patterns used to indicate that a character, while intelligent, is maybe too young and inexperienced or maybe talks too fast to properly express their complex ideas and thoughts. This speech pattern has been around for ages, but Joss Whedon, is that how you say it, is usually attributed to creating it, hence the name Buffy speak. Here's a great example of Alistair using Buffy speak.
You're some kind of sneaky witch thief.
How very eloquent.
Tangent. Does that make Liara a willow? They both have a great deal of knowledge, but often can't form the words to articulate what she means to say, or she says them too quickly and then realizes that it didn't come out the way that she intended. But by the end of the series, they are some of the most powerful beings in their fields. Willow being able to spellcast large enough to cover the entire world, and Liara being the controller of the entire galaxy's information lines. Before I dive too deep into the rabbit hole of my Buffy lore-filled brain and the thought of what a conversation between Zerron and Spike would sound like, let me switch back to thoughts of licking lampposts, while you get to listen to some of the other podcasts on the Robots Radio Rocket Club. Okay. All right. One last note on Buffy. Joss can go fuck right off. Along the lines of J.K. Rowling and other creators that have given the world such amazing gifts, but then turned out to be total dirtbag humans, fuck off. I believe Daniel Radcliffe said it best in regards to the Harry Potter book series, with, quote, "If you have found anything in these stories that resonate with you and helped you at a time in your life, then that is between you and the book that you read. And it is sacred. And in my opinion, nobody can touch that. It means to you what it means to you, and I hope that these comments will not taint that too much." End quote. And that was from a post that Daniel Radcliffe put out on the Trevor Project, and we can link to that in the show notes. But the allegations of sexual harassment and physical violence on set made against Joss have made me lose all respect for him, and his actions against underage actors is absolutely unacceptable. So you can go fuck off right now. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Yeah, nope, don't do that. I think it's very important to separate the art from the artist. I did not know that about Joss, so yeah, never going to be a fan of him personally now.
Yeah.
As for Harry Potter, that story is super important to me, and I still love it, but I do not condone TERFs. So, bye, J.K. Rowling, and rant.
Should we take a breather? Okay. Back to Alistair. He can only be romanced by a female warden. So, say you've been working against the Darkspawn and you've been flirting with the cute and awkward red-headed ex-Templar, and you've been giving him his favorite gift of statues. I was chatting with Cloudy Atlas and Lena about these little statues and wondering what in the world he would want with them. And Cloudy was like, "What is Alistair doing with all these statues? Probably in his tent playing with them like a 7-year-old plays with toy soldiers." I died. Dead. I'm dead. Swish, swish, stab, poke, stab, 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 poke. Attack the bad guy. Warden, can you be the bad guy? I don't have enough hands to be them all.
Well, I mean,
You brought
at some
Buffy into
point-
this, so I had to bring them into it. Those are my
I
boys.
feel like you're going to have any excuse to bring Buffy into anything. It's going to happen. But I mean, at some point, Alistair is definitely stabbing the warden with something.
Ooh.
And when Alistair becomes interested in the female warden back, he will offer a gift of a rose because he's just so perfect. You may choose to accept it or not. During some of the early flirtation, when you ask him if he's ever done it, he asks you what you mean. And if you reply, "You know what I mean," he says,
I'm not sure I do. Have I never seen a basilisk? Ate jellied ham? Have I never licked a lamppost in winter? Make fun of you, dear lady. Perish the thought. Well, tell me, have you ever licked a lamppost in winter?
I can't. The way that he says that the second time, have you ever licked a lamppost in winter? I'm like, oh, you poor, sweet, innocent, sexy man. It turns out Alistair is a virgin. Like, he wouldn't even get a quarter of my humor.
Yeah. Alistair has what I like to call, and so does the rest of the internet, big golden retriever energy. But he's not vapid or dumb. He's witty and charming. He wears his heart on his sleeve and is incredibly open and vulnerable with the warden. He's a direct foil to Theirin, being raised in very similar fashions. They are both apparent orphans, resigned to a life chosen for them, which then defined who they became as adults. Alistair is duty-bound warrior, and Theirin is loose and easy assassin. Both have great senses of humor. They approach sex in a complete opposite way. Theirin is the experienced Casanova, but his sexual performance is never discussed outside of your relationship, really. Whereas dorky Alistair is inexperienced, but apparently very talented. Alistair will tell you, if propositioned too early, that sex is not something he was raised to take lightly. For Alistair, it's not about sex, it's about love. Sex is an act of love for him. When he finally asks you to be with him for the first time, it's just simply perfect.
I wanted to wait for the perfect time, the perfect place, but when will it be perfect? If things were, we wouldn't even have met. We sort of stumbled into each other. And despite this being the least perfect time, I still found myself falling for you, in between all the fighting and everything else. I really don't want to wait anymore. I've never done this before. You know that. I want it to be with you. While we have the chance.
Okay, that is definitely cat butt on cam. And you need to go away. It's lines like that make sex with Alistair complicated for me. I feel like a dirty old woman taking his virginity. He's so sweet and innocent, so pure, and holy shit, where did those abs come from? I guess the years and years of training really honed his body. He also seems very attentive and willing to learn. The scene is pretty standard fare from what we have seen with the male-female hookup so far, and the music seems to fit better with Alistair to me. It is very much a love-making song, and that works. Jen is about to get very detailed, Toasty, so cover your ears, or take out your earbuds, beastie. While your warden is on her back and Alistair is moving into position, she moves with him. Like, damn, they put in some good details into this sex. Me being me could pinpoint the moment of entry because they make the warden move and gasp. Like, damn, facial expressions, movements, everything was on point.
Yeah, I almost, like, when I first played this game, I was a baby, right? And now, all these years later, and I was rewatching this scene for research purposes. I was like,
research.
I was like, tee, oh no, I hope I don't get caught watching this. It was just so accurate and well done. But I'm the adult in my house, so.
Sorry, you said getting caught watching. I was showing somebody. Sorry, I'm going to tangent here for a minute.
No, that's fine. Take it away.
I was showing somebody the Cora Harper in Andromeda scene.
But.
More than butt, honey. Way more than butt. And Chase walks in, and it was like in Discord, we were all group watching the scene together, and I was like, I swear it's for research.
It's not just a circle jerk, I swear. Okay. Let's go back to Alistair. I'm sorry. I have to say, personally, I am very impressed with his stamina, given that he is a virgin. Must be all that Templar training. And you can definitely put him through the paces in this game. That's something that I love about Alistair. He is out to please and really takes direction well. When I first romanced him, I too had never licked a lamppost in winter, so I did not have any hangups about romancing him. It made me feel special and like high school romance because I was literally in high school at the time. But going back to hardening Alistair, if you've done that, he is also more likely to say yes to the dark ritual because he doesn't want his warden lover or himself to die. And he'll also be totally game for the threesome with the famous duelist Isabel. Jen, did you want to talk about that?
Do I want to talk about a threesome? My dear, do you even have to ask?
Perhaps your friend is feeling left out. There is always room for one more. Yes?
Boundaries, hello? Are you really sure you want to, Interesting, she says, like it was a good book or maybe a delightful pastry. Well, I'll say it. I am a weak man. I guess I'll have to play along.
I am a weak man, and I guess I'll have to play along. Alistair may have started out a virgin, but he has the potential to sleep with the Warden, Morrigan, Isabel, and Honora all in one playthrough. He has got some serious game, and your Warden quite literally taught him everything he knows.
My dear, you wouldn't consider leaving Alistair with me, would you? Or perhaps letting me borrow him for a week every summer? I'm sure we could work out a deal.
Not that the idea of being borrowed isn't terribly fascinating, but let's not forget the Darkspawn. There may not be a week every summer, or any summer.
Darkspawn? Is this the only thing men think about these days? What about the good old obsessions? Breasts, firm buttocks, wet frocks.
Wet frocks.
The dialogue was great. I am all for witty banter and innuendo. And straight up talk works for me too. Damn, girl. I fully fucking wish that there was a scene that I could break down. But unfortunately, this is a strictly fade to black. They talk, then walk off screen, and then fade to black. Fade back into the afterglow, and fully geared back up. But that makes sense. Showing a threesome was probably beyond where they thought the sexy line could be. And threesomes are complicated. They can be difficult to figure out. And positioning and who gets what and where. And it's just, fun. But
just one word.
Dirty.
Orgy.
Oh, I was going to say dirty.
one word. Orgy. I was going to say dirty.
Yeah, I mean, that's why fan fiction exists, everybody. But here's the magical thing about Alistair. He loves you, and he makes it known. That's always so special in a video game romance, because not all of them are so fairy tale-esque. Alistair has a great sense of humor, a sexy accent, handsome, but is fully unaware of his sex appeal, sensitive, romantic, and vulnerable. He has all the trappings of a heartthrob. And you can wind up married to him at the end of the game. But, BioWare doesn't ever just stop at happy endings. In fact, I'm surprised we have any at all. Depending on player choices, he can end up dead, a wandering drunk, or happily alive and in love at the end. What a wide spectrum.
And that, folks, wraps up Alistair as a romance. I'm kind of sad it's almost over. But okay, V, let's rate this royal bastard. How do you rate Alistair as a romance option?
I mean, I don't know if I've made it clear at this point, but he's a 10 out of 10 for me. I played Dragon Age Origins first for BioWare games, and I played it right when it came out. So he's my first BioWare love. I mean, I am very much attracted to vulnerable and sensitive men. It's obviously a bonus that he's secretly amazing in bed. I clearly have a thing for gingers because my husband is a ginger. I think I also love most that he has a wonderful, snarky, sarcastic sense of humor. His quips are the best quips in all of the game. All of his party banter is amazing. If you ever want to be entertained, just look up him and Ogren talking to each other because that shit is hilarious. And I also love that he's kind of dorky and silly. And my canon playthrough is always Queen Cousland Warden and King Alistair Theirin. I just love that they can live happily ever after. What do you think about Alistair?
2 out of 10. Fuck him and leave him.
2 out of 10.
No, I just wanted to see your face.
I was like, oh no.
No, I agree.
Genuinely upset.
I fully agree. I wish I had known that race matters in this game when I picked out my first Dragon Age character, because I don't know if I'll be able to keep him playing a dwarf. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
I never played as a dwarf, but I played as an elf, and if you harden him, it's not ideal, but he'll keep you as his side mistress if he marries a Nora or becomes king. Like, you get to stay together.
I don't mind being a consort. That's fine.
Yeah. If you don't harden him, though, he'll break up with you. If you're not a human noble. Yeah.
Okay. I don't mind being a consort. That's fine. I'll be consort with my hardened man.
Yep. And that time, that is the hardened you were thinking of.
Oh, the hardenings. Okay.
So I hear tell that you have a story about Catholic nuns, and I'm interested to hear it because I too have stories about Catholic nuns.
Mine are probably nowhere near as interesting as yours. Because, well, okay. So last week I talked about my grandpa, and they were, I don't know. So they were big into the Catholic Church, and they had a lot of people from the church that would come over like every other weekend, every other Sunday after service. The father and some of the nuns would come over to my grandparents' house. And so there would always be not a big party, but enough of a celebration that somebody important from the church was over at their house. What I didn't understand as a little child was how cleaning worked. Every 2 weeks, when we knew that the nuns were going to be coming over, my grandparents would put those little tablets in the toilet water that turned it blue. So I thought nuns were like a separate species. I thought that they peed blue. I didn't understand it. I'm like, why? Why does the toilet water turn blue whenever the nuns come over? Because they looked scary to me, dressed in all complete black, wearing the habits and all the nunnery. And I was just like, what are these weird aliens doing in my grandparents' house, and why do they turn the toilet water blue?
That's amazing.
I don't know. Thinking about Alistair going to school and not wanting to follow, the path of the Templar, it just made me think back to any religious experiences that I had. And it was growing up around the Catholic Church and thinking that nuns peed blue.
That's hilarious. I have a very different perception of nuns because I went to Catholic school for 3 years, was also raised Catholic, because, I don't know, my family's super Irish and Scottish. But when I was at Catholic school, there were nuns, and they were the teachers and each class there was only one class per grade. So every single 8th grader in the school was all in the same class or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
I I say we because I'm a twin, for those of you who don't know. My twin sister and I,
Hi,
we
Muffin.
went, yeah, muffiny cake. We went for 4th, 5th, and 6th grade, and 2 out of the 3 teachers we had were nuns. And I can distinctly remember they do hit you with rulers. That is not a lie, at least in my experience. They did hit you with rulers. I also got hit in the head with the metal clip end of a clipboard. I don't even remember why. My sister got in trouble because she wrote, "I love Ron Weasley" on an eraser, and also
Ron
wore cherry
Weasley.
chapstick, and that was makeup, and it was like something to do with Satan. Yeah, Ron Weasley.
Weasley.
Dumbledore.
Oh.
Yeah, no, it was a shitty
So-
time. I don't recommend that. So, shit on you, Our Lady of Perpetual Help. That was the name of the school. It's always Our Lady of something help. I don't know why.
Apollo says you thought that we were basically peeing Smurf water. Yeah, I did. I did not understand it at all.
Did you ever pee over it and then watch it turn green? Because we had that same blue water stuff growing up with my mom. Using that
Maybe?
for our toilets.
Pretty
And that
sure.
always entertained me as a kid, being like, "Oh, it's green now, huh?"
Oh.
Not even God could tear me from my Weasley, is what my sister said in chat. That's true. Yeah. Yeah, don't recommend Catholic school or nuns or, yeah. I mean, if you're a cool nun, follow us. I don't even know if you'd be listening to this, to be honest, though, if you're a cool nun or any kind of nun.
Actually, there was a pastor on the Pixel People, and he was pretty cool. The Pixel People podcast. I was listening to him,
cool.
and he was talking about crap. I think it was a Mass Effect character. No. He was the one talking about Morrigan. Yeah. Because I did outside research on like all the like individual character ones, and on the Pixel People they talked about Morrigan and Alistair. And so I was like, I'm going to listen to those. And it was a pastor talking about Morrigan. And I was like, this should be interesting.
What did he think about him?
Oh, he
Do you
loved
remember?
her. Yeah. No, it was good.
Morgan?
Yeah.
I mean, you can't not love Morgan.
Yeah.
Have you seen her?
Oh, honey, I
She's
seen
maybe
her.
heard her. Yeah. Seen all
Thinking
of her.
next cosplay for 23.
Oh my gosh, yes.
22
Have
is
you
already
seen
taken.
her Orlesian ball gown? Because that is
Mm-hmm.
the costume that I would do if I cosplayed as her. But yeah, no, I don't know. I love Alistair. Have you guys figured that out yet? I love him so much. He's my first video game romance. Like, my first favorite character of my whole life is Legolas, because my mom read my sister and I Lord of the Rings starting at the age of 6. Well, she started with The Hobbit, but I digress. So I distinctly remember loving Legolas. He's my favorite. And then Alistair's my first romance. Yeah. He always has a special place in my heart.
You always remember your first.
You never stop loving your first. That's what my dad said. It's definitely not true when it comes to like my real life romances, but it's true for Alistair. I always love him.
I don't even love the first person I had virtual sex with, so nope, that's definitely not true.
Yeah, my dad.
But I will never forget
doesn't
them.
know what he's talking about. Yeah. I wish I could. Some of them.
Oh.
But yeah. Anyway, well, you want to talk about some plugs?
We can plug each other. It's all good. Ah,
Woot woot.
that's your line, honey.
Oh, right. Ahem. Well, I'm Vervada, if you don't know that yet. And you can find me in the Robots Radio Discord channel at, you guessed it, Vervada. And come give us a follow on all the social medias at 2 Girls, 1 Ship. Links to those are in the description. Genesis, how can our shipmates reach out to you?
I'm flexible with the names of our shipsters call themselves, but they can reach me on the Robots Radio Discord as well. And don't forget that we will be live streaming the recordings of each episode on Twitch at 2 Girls, 1 Ship every Friday at 10:30 p.m., 7:30 Pacific. And releasing the podcast episodes on Sundays. The next few weeks are going to be changing with the times or skipping the live streams due to the holidays, but we will make sure to keep you posted on all the socials and on the Discord.
Yes. And you can also turn on Twitch notifications if you haven't, and it will let you know whenever we go live. It's just our live streaming schedule that will be different for the next few weeks. We'll still be releasing our podcast episodes every Sunday. You can even listen to us on your way to church, so you'll have something to repent for.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
Oh my gosh, fun fact about the shame nun. I'm going to get her name wrong, but it's Hannah Wallington, I think. She's in Ted Lasso, and she's in Sex Education, if you haven't watched that on Netflix.
Mm-mm.
Why haven't you watched that if you haven't watched it? It's a great show. Right up your alley, I feel like. It's amazing. It's
Okay.
like an extremely inclusive show that's like amazing at like educating people about sex. It's awesome.
I've heard of it. I just haven't actually watched it. I've been gaming instead of watching TV.
I haven't gamed in a while. Been game stuff. I really want to play Dragon Age again. They need to release a remastered edition.
Dragon
So I
Age
can
Legendary.
see- yeah, like Dragon Age Legendary. I can see Alistair's abs in 4K. I want it. Give it to me, BioWare. Please.
Please.
I actually don't even care about his abs. I just want to see his cute little face. Love him.
All right. Well, thank you so much for listening. And remember,
Beauty is in the eye of the controller.
yay. All right. Should we stop recording Audacity?
Oh my god, yes, I'm sorry. I totally forgot about Lobo from Animal Crossing. Freaking love him. Did you see my sister said in the chat? I'm stopping Audacity.
All right.
I forgot about Lobo. I loved him. I went up and said hello to him every day in my village.
Toasty. How dare you log on right when we stop the podcast?
How dare you, Toasty?
How
I don't
dare
even know
you?
Toasty. Disappointed though.
Oh,
You're
thank
not
you.
toast, you're just stale bread.
Those are
I'm just
fighting
kidding.
words.
I don't want to fight with Toasty.
Oh, all right. So tonight we had Cloudy, Apollo, She Cup, Muffiny Cake, me, you. I'm going through all the names. Nen 7 the Legend. Is he making a shrine? Oh, about the statues. No, he's not making a Conrad shrine. Oh, shrine to Shepherd, the
Toasty,
Shepherd Warden.
Toasty.
Oh. Lamppost sounds more. BF Apollo. Oh, Apollo.
Are you looking at all the comments finally?
I read most of the comments as they were happening, but I'm looking for any names that I might have missed in my big thank yous. And yes, I am excited about watching the Iron Bull scenes. I haven't watched, like, I know, okay? I can only take so much sex in a day, V.
Okay, well, that's not what I thought. I thought you could just keep marathon. It's always the quiet ones. Like I can just marathon watch these. Be like, oh, interesting. I'm still not going to romance you. Like, even though I know that Iron Bull is great, I will still choose Solus because I'm stupid. Like, I'm the definition of insanity. Keep expecting him to stay with me.
Aww.
Doesn't happen. Oh, I'm just kidding, Toasty. I'm so sorry. Although you got to give it to my sister with that pun. Toasty did a roasty.
Oh.
She's the pun queen. I'll have you know. If we ever need a good pun, my sister, she's the contact I have for that.
Fuck you, Toasty. You're not unsubbing. You can't sub to me to begin with. We are not affiliate. So there. Mwahahaha. Oh, you weren't following us before? Oh shit. What did you clip?
I'm scared to click it.
I can only take so much sex in a day, V.
Okay, well.
I can only
Also, if
take
you have
so
a
much sex
Balmuda
in a day,
toaster, you
V.
can make the best toast out of stale bread, so it's not even an insult. You just need a fancy toaster.
Toastopolis, we will have a conversation about you clipping the fact that I said that I can only take so much sex in a day.
Yeah, that's
love it,
the
though.
clip that's going to come back to haunt you in like a year or two.
Nah.
You're going to be like, I'm the sexpert on Two Girls, One Ship. And then Toasty's going to come up with that clip. Like, how much of an expert are you then?
It's alright. I have a clip of Toasty calling me dirty and saying that I need to be a part of an orgy. So, there's that.
Oh, is that the clip that you used?
Uh-huh.
Roasted.
Well, I very much appreciate the follow, Toasty. You are beastie.
How's the weather in Toastinopolis? Toastertinopolis, whatever it is. You disappeared. Oh, okay.
It's because I had...
You faded into the background.
Because I was drinking wine when you said that, asked him how the weather is, and so I kind of had to, make sure I didn't spit wine all over my computer.
Yes, don't do a wine spit take on your nice new mic.
Right?
Okay. Well, this was shorter than I wanted it to be. I wish I could have said more about Alistair, but what's there to say? He's perfect. The end. 10 out of 10. Done and dusted.
There.
Oh, I put Twitch off. I don't know if anyone's saying anything. Whoopsies.
Oh, yeah, they totally are.
I should probably bring it back up on my phone. Sorry, I don't know why. I got excited, so I locked my phone. Okay.
I'm surprised that Toasty didn't try to DM me while we were recording. Because that's what I did
You know
to
Toasty
him.
IRL?
No.
Oh.
He is the co-host of the Witcher Lorecast, and so we started hanging out on there. He's also he's been in the Mass Effect Lorecast chat, and he's in super secret mode. So.
Oh, he's got a good excuse then, because the second season of The Witcher came out today.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he's watching that.
Oh, very much, yeah.
I need to rewatch the first season. All my coworkers were like, oh my gosh, Henry Cavill. Ooh, The Witcher. And I'm like, have you guys played the games? And they're like, there's games. I was like, oh, I guess you're not the same kind of nerd I am.
Right?
I didn't even
Have
know
you
there were
played the
books.
game?
I just played the game first.
Oh, yeah, no, I've done all of it.
Yeah, my husband's read the books. I feel like I've read them too because he talks about everything he reads at great detail. So I got the Cliff's Notes of them.
That was a big smile. I do commit a bonus Buffy episode.
Oh my gosh.
3 hours long to make up for it.
Yeah,
Oh,
I would need to. I don't think I've ever watched Buffy. I've watched Angel. I love Angel, but I don't think I've really watched Buffy. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
You can't get mad at me. You haven't even finished Origins yet, so
You're right. I turned off the background so that way I could show off my boys.
Oh yeah. I definitely am fine with bonus episodes because there's plenty of ships in things outside of games that I absolutely adore. I remember seeing those when I was younger, watching. They were an Angel, right?
Mm-hmm.
Those things. Yeah, but I can't remember. They got turned into puppets.
Yep. Technically, Spike
Witcher
didn't
anime
turn.
Movie.
Wait. Well. Ooh.
That's what Apologist said.
Oh, Witcher
Jennifer Hale
anime.
does a voice. Ooh.
Okay, we're gonna have to watch that.
Is that on Netflix? Or somewhere I can stream because I don't have cable.
I also think that we.
I do also prefer Angel.
Yes. I mean, I very much prefer Angel, and I completely agree with that.
Is he a vampire?
Who, Angel? What?
Yeah.
Yes.
Are they vampires?
Yes.
Okay, I forgot. I'm sorry. I haven't seen it in so
Buffy
long.
the Vampire Slayer. What did you think they were going to be?
I don't know. I forgot, and then I was like, wait, they're not human, but what are they?
No, Xander's a
I think they're
human.
vampires. Is Xander an angel?
No, Xander does not make it onto any episodes of Angel.
Sorry.
That's
My rabbit has been an asshole lately. I love him still. He's good. I loved Cordelia. I remember Cordelia. This is like a weird specific memory, but like I remember when there was an episode where she got turned into a ghost or something, and that's literally how I learned what the word corporeal meant.
Oh,
because
you have
they
a
kept
body.
calling her that. Oh, she's incorporeal, or oh, she's corporeal again. And my mom, I think it was my mom who had to tell me like what it meant, because she was like a ghost, and she couldn't. Corporeal is like you can touch, like you're physical, you have substance, and incorporeal is you are not. You're see through.
She has a ghost in her apartment, but I can't think of any time that Cordelia went into ghost mode with them knowing it.
Oh, I don't know. That's my specific memory. Maybe she didn't, but I think she was like a ghost for like an episode, and no one could see her. I don't know. It's been a real long time since I saw any of that. We have to get me to binge Buffy. After I'm done binging Sex and the City again, which, oh my God, I'm just watching it because it's a dumpster fire. But I used to really like that show, but now, like with 2021 eyes, I'm like, holy shit. Holy shit.
A lot of shows are like that.
Yeah, some of it's fine. Some of it is not.
And that's because I watched Buffy again, start to finish, episode 1 all the way through to the end, and yeah, a lot of it in the beginning do not like, and especially with new eyes knowing what a douchebag Joss is. Ooh, really not good.
Yeah, I don't know. It's still, I feel like at this point, Sex and the City is like a guilty pleasure now instead of just a pleasure. But I mean, a lot of people don't like it. I like the new show though.
Which one?
They just came out with. Oh, it's called and then wait, what's it called? Crap. My brain just melted. Oh, and just like that. Sorry. Because that's something Carrie would always say in the show. Oh, that's your screenshot.
When Alistair will make out with me while I'm a bloody mess. Oh my gosh. So it's making my microphone all bloody. I like it.
Well, if anyone remembers that episode where they kept saying incorporeal and corporeal all over the place in Angel specifically, because I never watched Buffy, so it was an Angel. Let me know. But I distinctly remember Cordelia being like invisible. But like I said, it could be wrong because this was how old was I? Like 12 when I watched this. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
Oh, one episode character. I don't know. I remember it being Cordelia. Whatevs. It's not my specialty.
There are a couple different scenarios where that could happen. So that's why it's just like there is an episode where Cordelia dies and she is a ghost in the hotel, but nobody knows her spirit is there. So I don't know when they would say incorporeal. But that is a big giant tangent, and my Buffy lore is hardcore.
I'm getting my booster shot tomorrow.
Ooh.
Yay, Moderna. So I'm probably gonna die after that, like, and be super. I don't know. That's what I've heard. Like everyone's all sick. I didn't feel sick at all. My vaccine shots, but I got Pfizer, so maybe it was nicer. But Moderna might kick my butt tomorrow. But yeah, we only have one more episode of
hands.
Huh?
Look at the size of Alistair's hands.
You know what that means?
That he needs
He can
really
play
big
basketball really
gloves.
well. Yeah. Oh, but we only have one more episode of Dragon Age Origins.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys, since you are here still, what do you guys think? Where should we go next? 'Cause we haven't, for our next game. We have some interviews coming up for future episodes, which will be exciting.
Mm-hmm.
One of them's like a legit professional interview, a professional interview, guys. So we're like real podcasters now.
Right.
Yeah. But I mean, if you have any preference for what game we move to next, let us know. It could even include pre-scripted romances. It doesn't have to be choice.
The literal book. Do you see
the literal
this?
book on video game romance.
Stupid background.
It's called Digital Love, compiled by Heidi McDonald. And we will be
This is
interviewing
literally
her.
The textbook.
Yeah. We will be interviewing her soon. Her episode will be soon.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be cool.
Muffiny says The Last of Us. So does Apollo.
Yeah.
And
There's good romance in there.
so
and
depending
actually, Ellie
on
has 2 romances we can look at because there was a DLC for Last of Us where she had one romance, and that was where it was confirmed that she's lesbian. And then in Last of Us Part 2, she had another romance. It's good.
Cyberpunk is on the list. So I actually made an entire calendar where I wrote down everybody in order that I want to go.
Guess who's close to Valentine's Day?
Okay, yeah. I also don't like. We'll go.
Oh yeah, you did kind of plan it out.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we can do that specifically in February.
The one that I was thinking, because we have 2 interviews scheduled for January so far.
Oh yeah, 3 actually, because I know the person that we were thinking of, it was like later in January that you said maybe. It's gonna be a yes.
Oh, okay.
Just because I'm already saying yes for her.
Oh, okay.
I know she'll say yes. Gag the person you kept forgetting to email. Yes. I finally emailed her the other day and she got back to me really fast. I'm sorry, I was finishing my degree. And tomorrow I graduate, so yay. I'm done with that. Now I just need to mom and work full-time and podcast instead of all of that plus graduate school. I'm tired.
I'm thinking January 28th is when we cover one guy who fucks 21 people in one game.
I don't know who that is. Do I know who that is?
No.
Is it Geralt? Oh.
Yeah.
He doesn't. Okay, I was like, I know he can have sex with a lot. I just never counted.
Oh, I counted. Me, Toasty, and Cloudy sat there and counted one night.
Here is a baby bear.
Oh, hi, Mare.
I love this cat so much. Oh, sweet boy.
Yeah.
I'm done now. You could have come snug earlier and it would have been better, but now we're almost done. Yeah, I'm excited. We have lots. Thanks for joining us, everybody, and listening to our rambling at the end.
The rambles at the end are the best. And if I can keep you
hope so.
on for 3, 2, officially 1 hour. Jenny is happy.
Yay.
Okay.
Oh, let's see if I can get. Trying to get my mic lowered so you can hear my cat, but
Oh.
do you hear that?
Audacity would probably hear it, but I do not.
Oh, it's a bummer. His purr is so perfect.
You're perfect.
Thank you.
All right, my dear. I will see you next week where we start our discussion on the only other person that we can, Miss Liliana.
Yeah. Which will be interesting because she's, I don't know, she's one of the, besides, actually, no, I don't think Liliana was in Dragon Age 2. I don't know if She-Cup's still here and maybe can look it up. But Alistair for sure is one of the only, is probably the only character in Dragon Age to appear in all 3 games so far. Not for every playthrough, it depends on but he has the potential to appear every game. But Inquisition and 2 are just cameos. But Liliana is obviously a huge character in Inquisition and Origins, but I don't believe she's in Dragon Age 2 at all.
I don't know. Toasty was asking if we've decided on when we're doing Cyberpunk yet, and I was like, no, not yet, because after Mass Effect 2, we haven't really talked exactly who we're doing yet.
Judy. We're doing Judy because she's the only one that you can romance that's worthwhile in Cyberpunk. I will die on that hill. I love Judy. River is just Cyberpunk Caden. No offense to the Caden Mancers, or what do they call them? Shankos. I don't like Caden. I'm sorry. I don't mind him as a person, but as a romance, he's lame. And so is River.
Oh, and don't
There's only
forget,
one
we
bad
also have
cop that I want to romance, and that's Garrus.
we do have a special interview in July already scheduled out. We have Brad.
Ooh.
Brad confirmed.
Oh, in July? I'm going to forget about that until it's
I didn't have Cyberpunk scheduled until August. We can probably rearrange a lot of this.
Yeah, I don't know. Should we break up BioWare more? Obviously, BioWare's the best at romance in video games. We'll talk more about that. Okay, I've been redeemed hopefully with Toasty because we agree on Judy. I'm sorry. I'm all bark, no bite. I like to be sassy, but I have nothing to back it up with. I swear I'm nice. I don't mean it. I'm sorry.
And neither does Toasty.
Okay, good.
So, all right. You go get some sleep, my dear. And I will see you next week.
Mm-hmm.
Bye.
Thanks for joining us, everybody.
Goodbye.
Bye.